Hi, Sveiki! So today let's talk about cases. And I will start with the first one, the nominative case, which is a dictionary form of the nouns, personal pronouns, and demonstrative pronouns. And then I will follow with the next cases. Next time it's going to be accusative, then locative, and genitive, and so on. Now let's start. So nominative, all in Latvian, nominatīvs. What is the case? So the linguist in Latvia says case is a grammatical category of nouns which expresses relations between objects, processes, and features. So as I mentioned already, nominative case, or this dictionary form, is applied to the nouns, also personal pronouns and demonstrative pronouns. Noun declensions, if you've been studying Latvian already for a little bit, you would know already. For you it's a review maybe. For those who doesn't know anything at all, of course you will need a little bit more attention to this. But very briefly, so all nouns we can put in 6 boxes. These boxes are called declensions. And 3 of the boxes, the first, second and third, is the masculine form, and 4th, 5th and 6th is a feminine form. So all the nouns has masculine and feminine forms or gender. And the first declension is ending S and H. So by looking at the noun in a dictionary form, we can recognize to which of the declensions or these boxes this noun belongs to. So tēvs, ending S, so it's the first declension. Also the person's name, Mārtiņš. Yeah, as you know, the person names also will change in all cases. So they would also be in these declensions. So Mārtiņš ends sh. It means it belongs to the first declension. Second declension ending is is. So it means that it's not. It's important to look not at the end, the last letter only, but the one before the last one as well. Yeah, brālis. Also Jānis. And you can think of any other names, male person names or masculine nouns, and try to pay attention. Is it ending s or is? Third declension, there is not so many words, but still some, and some of them are very common. Uz, like tirgus, market, or mikus. And the names like mikus could end with one S, then it belongs to the third declension. But if it's spelled with a double S at the end, it would belong to the first declension. The feminine endings are a, e, and also s. So a, māja, house, Anna, a person's name Anna, ending e, universitāte, Ilze, and the 6th declension, valsts, sirds, again, as you can see, has the same ending as the first declension, but in the 6th declension there is not many words. Again, the basic ones we'll learn at the beginning or simply by heart. And then at the bottom here you can see the most common 6th declension nouns. Pils, which is castle, pirts, which is sauna, plīts, which is stove, acs, eye, aus, asins is blood, govs, cow, zivs, fish, and some plural forms. A town called cēsis, brokastis, breakfast, un durvis, door. So they're always in plural. So let's look at the plural forms. All masculine forms has one ending, I. We always replace endings. It means that we take this one off and we replace it with I. So tēvs become tēvi, Mārtiņš become Mārtiņi, brālis become brāļi, Jānis become Jāņi, tirgus, tirgi, mikus be miki. You can see that there is another change for the consonant before the ending. That's very common to the second declension. We call it palatalization. And don't worry too much, because some of the words you will learn at the beginning already, that it becomes soft version in the plural forms. With the time you can start to recognize when the palatalization is applied. Feminine forms, like in English, you add S to make it plural. Yeah, here you kind of lose S to make it plural, opposite of the English. And here we have, you add S. Mājas, Annas, universitātes, Ilzes. In the sixth declension is a bit different. You replace it with is, valstis, sirdis. Now again, you need to know these words, that they are in plural and feminine, and they are not the second declension nouns, which is in singular form. Some exceptions in this group as well. We have words like suns, dog, ūdens, water. As you can see, these nouns ends S, not is, but they belong to this box. At this stage you can't see any difference, but when we will learn other cases you will see the endings change. Then the rest of the words would be rudens, autumn, zibens, a lightning, akmens, stone, saules, salt, un mēnes, moon. So nominative is used for the subject of the sentence. So the subject of the sentence, so the one who does something. If you think carefully about any sentence, so majority of the sentence have this structure, that someone does something and that someone is the subject of the sentence. And it could be a person, it could be something as well. The table is standing by the door or something like that. I'm not sure it's correct in English, but you got an idea, right? It could be a thing and it could be a person. And it doesn't matter what is it, but that's the one who does something. And that's a subject. It means this is in nominative or dictionary form. And it answers the question kas, which means what and who. Yeah, because you see, kas, we don't divide what and who. For us, it's the same thing. What we will divide kas as a subject and ko for the object. But that's in another case. Yeah, because kas means what and who, and ko also would mean in English what and who. But that's that is a different. That word would have a different role in a sentence. Now we're talking about the subject. So in the sentence, es šodien gatavoju vakariņus. I am the one who is cooking dinner tonight. Yeah. So es is in a dictionary form. It means it's in nominative, and it means it's a subject. So kas gatavo vakariņas? Who is cooking dinner? The answer is es. Vakar Anna bija teātrī. So yesterday Anna was in a theater. So Anna was the one who went to the theater, right? So kas vakar bija teātrī? Who was in the theater yesterday? Anna. Par darbu viņš domā bieži. Par darbu viņš domā bieži. So he thinks about the job a lot, often. So he is the one who thinks. Viņš. So viņš is a dictionary form, he, and that's a nominative form. It's a subject, and kas domā par darbu bieži? Who thinks about job often? And the answer is viņš. Pie mājas ir veikals un autostāvvieta. So there is a shop and the parking by the house or next to the house. And then you see it's not a person, so the shop is the one who is by the house, or the parking is what is next to the house. Kas ir pie mājas? What is next to the house? Veikals un autostāvvieta. So both of those words are in a dictionary form in nominative. So they answer the question kas. Pilsētas centrā atrodas tirgus. So in English we would say there in the city center, there is a market in the city center. In Latvian it's literally, in this sentence is in the city center there is located the market. Like upside down sentence, but still the market is the one what is placed in the city center. So market is in the dictionary form and it's a subject. It can be at the end of the sentence as well. So kas atrodas pilsētas centrā? What's located in the city center? Market, tirgus. Universitātes kafejnīcā strādā mana kaimiņiene. So mana kaimiņiene is my neighbor and she works at the university cafeteria. So who is working? Who is doing the action? The neighbor. So the question, kas strādā kafejnīcā? And the answer is kaimiņiene. Universitātes studenti ir auditorijā. So the students are in the auditorium. Kas ir auditorijā? Who is in the auditorium? Studenti. Salāti ir leduskapī. Kas ir leduskapī? Salāti. What's in the fridge? Salad. In this slide, I would ask you to stop the video if you want to do your task and independently try to find the subject of the sentence in this little poem here. If you consider yourself as a beginner, if you've been learning and know a little bit more of Latvian language, then you can try to find the subject in this quote from Vinnijs Pūks un viņa draugi. And of course you can challenge yourself and do both. No rīta māmiņa pasaka priecīgu ziņu. Vakarā mēs iesim sveikt vecmāmiņu. Dāvana sagādāta, puķes arī. Iesim iepriecināsim mīļo jubilāri. Prātīgs cilvēks iet tieši pie sava mīļākā zvēra un paliek tur. Tāpēc arī Kristofers Robins zooloģiskajā dārzā nonācis, tūlīt dodas pie lāčiem. Viņš pačukst. Viņš pačukst dažus vārdus trešajam draugam pa kreisi, durvis atveras, mēs ejam pa tumšajiem gaiteņiem un stāvām kāpnēm, kamēr nonākam pie zināmā būra. So I will correct it in the file afterwards, but for the video you need to know it should be C with a crown, and there is a missing S in front of this word. Stāvām kāpnēm, like steep stairs. Yeah, not your stairs. Sorry for that. Tā. If that's done, if you want me to check, feel free to send to baiba_f@inbox.lv and I will send you my feedback. Personal pronouns, I think you saw already in the sentences in the previous slide. So personal pronouns in the nominative form is es, tu, viņš, viņa, mēs, jūs, viņi, viņas. Vakar es biju restorānā. So I was the one who went to the restaurant. So I am the subject. Vai tu esi mājās? Are you at home? So tu in the nominative form. Viņš domā par latviešu valodu. So he is the one who thinks about Latvian language. Viņa mācās spāņu valodu. She learns Spanish. So she is the one who does the action. So that's a subject and in nominative form Šovakar mēs paliksim mājās. We will stay home. Kad jūs plānojat atgriezties Latvijā? When are you planning to return to Latvia? So you are planning, yeah? Jūs. Vai viņi jums palīdz? Do they help you? Viņi. Un agrāk viņas dzīvoja Francijā. So before they lived in France. Next. Demonstrative pronoun. So demonstrative pronoun always also have these cases, but doesn't have three feminine, three masculine forms. It's just the one singular form, das, which is like this, und šis, that. It also could mean it. And feminine form is tā, also means this, and she, that, or it. It means that because we have these masculine and feminine forms, it's always in agreement with the noun. Yeah, the demonstrative pronoun always will be in the same case, number, and gender as a noun it describes. So it always, if it's talks about some kind of noun, it shows, then it always will be, if that noun is feminine, the demonstrative pronoun will take the feminine ending. If the noun is in singular, the demonstrative pronoun will be in singular form too. And same about masculine or plural forms. So you always need to match these things. The same you will do with adjectives and numerals. You need to match it all with a noun. And plural forms, that tie will be those, and šie, these, and tās, those. But feminine and she's, those as feminine, these. Just pay attention to the pronunciation. Šis and she's, very pull it long. The same as tas and tās. Really need to pull it long, yeah? Now, for example, tā ir interesanta grāmata. So we're talking about the book, grāmata. One book ending A, so feminine form. That's why we're using tā. Tas ir labs darbs. That's a good job. Darbs ending S, so masculine form, singular form. That's tas. Tie ir gudri studenti. Those are smart students. Studenti is plural. Ending I means it's several of them. Masculine form, so tie. Man patīk šis žurnāls. I like this magazine. Žurnāls is what we are talking about. So it's masculine form, ending S, singular. And I'm using šis. Un šie nav mani zābaki. Those are not my boots. So zābaki, always plural, masculine form. So we use šie. And these demonstrative pronouns, they also change in all cases. Yeah, but at the moment today we talk about nominative. Yeah. Next, again I have to go back to these four specific verbs. Patikt, garšot, sāpēt, and būt. So būt as a having. Sāp, hurt something. Garšo, like, taste-wise. And patīk, like. So these verbs are used differently. The logical subject of the sentence is not in a nominative, it's in the dative. Yeah, so the subject, or let's say logical subject, would be Jānim patīk Anna. So Jānis is the one who likes Anna. So Jānis is not in nominative. That's exception. With these four verbs, it's an exception. Patīk, but after patīk, as you can see, we use a nominative, a dictionary form. So after all of these four verbs, we would use a nominative. So it means that if I ask kas, I'm asking about, I want to find out more, where is my quiz, about this information, what follows after patīk. Kas Jānim patīk? And the answer is Anna. Zēnam garšo saldējums. The boy likes an ice cream. Saldējums, so zēnam, that's in dative. And then we have a verb garšo. Yeah, because of this verb, we use the dative here. And then it's followed by a nominative, saldējums. So, kas zēnam garšo? Saldējums. Vīrietim sāp galva. So, man has headache, but we would say, yeah, the head hurts to this man. And then, kas vīrietim sāp? The answer is galva. Sievietei ir bērns, so it's about having. So she has a child, a woman has a child. And kas sievietei ir? And the answer is bērns. If that's clear, it's nice. If not, ask me a questions, right, in the comments, yeah? If you need more explanation. So these are 4 specific verbs, always used differently. And then after the verb, that information, not the subject, will be in nominative. And that part of the sentence or that noun, or it's a demonstrative pronoun, and it could be a personal pronoun, you will answer to the question kas. Oh, something went wrong with my presentation here. So, nominative will be used answering to the question kas. Kas tas ir? If you don't know, look up in a dictionary. So, dictionary form would be the right answer. Kas ir Pēteris? So, Pēteris is a person's name. What do you think? Kas ir Pēteris? Kas tev patīk? Kas tev garšo? Kas tev sāp? Kas viņam bija? Kas tev ir kabatā? So write down, stop the video, and now I'll tell you the answers. Tātad, kas tas ir? Tas ir ābols. Kas ir Pēteris? Pēteris ir skolotājs. Kas tev patīk? Man patīk mašīna. Kas tev garšo? Man garšo banāni. Kas tev sāp? Man sāp sirds. Kas viņam bija? Viņam bija dzimšanas diena. Kas tev ir kabatā? Man ir kabatā maks. And one more thing when we need to use a nominative. So this is not for the complete beginners. It's not for the A1, not even for A2, I think. It's a debitive. So when we need to we have to something, or we must do something. Yeah, grammatically, it's called debitive. So in English, I have to read, I have to go, I must work tomorrow, and all these structures. So in Latvian, again, this subject will be in a dative, so no nominative there, but we need to use a nominative after the verb. So these verbs, debitive verbs, are, I call them jā verbs, so because these verbs are always starting with jā. Ilze jālasa grāmata. So Ilze must read a book. Yeah, the grāmata will be in nominative. So if I ask question now, kas Ilzei jālasa, the answer is grāmata. Yeah. Jānim jāmeklē jauns darbs. Jānis must look for a new job. Jauns darbs. So darbs is in nominative because it's followed by jāmeklē. Mums jāatrod jauns dzīvoklis. We must find a new apartment, or we have to find a new apartment. So kas dzīvoklis? Mums jāmācās latviešu valoda. Jums jāmācās latviešu valoda. It means you have to learn Latvian language, or you must learn Latvian language. So valoda is in nominative because we use jāmācās, so this dabitive form of the verb. Man jāmāca latviešu valoda. It means that I have to teach a Latvian language. Man jāmāca latviešu valoda. So if you know these structures, so you can try and practice to build some sentences yourself. And that's it. So paldies par uzmanību. Thanks for attention. And I'll see you next time. And next time we'll talk about accusative case. Good luck with your studies. Paldies, atā!